studio, it blew me away. Because if you've ever set up a multi-camera shoot, you know, it takes hours. Sling Studio made it into.
Good afternoon, Patriots. Hello, hello, hello. It's 3:13, March 13th, 2019, -6 on Q's countdown. And here we are, Shady. Want to bring in my partner in justice, Shady Groove. We got a special show for everybody today, Shady.
What a great day it is. Look at this countdown coming around, and a nice little interesting guest to join us today. So excited to have all of you Patriots here and everyone waking up to the idea of what is freedom and how are we going to get it.
Yes, absolutely, and the word is spreading. I do want to go through one, at least. We're going to get through all Q posts up to and including the one 15 minutes ago. Q has been on fire lately, as you know. I've been running ragged, Shady. I'm busy.
Yeah, Q is keeping us all busy, from the research to trying to keep. I know you trying to keep it all organized, and on Twitter, it's he's keeping you hopping, brother.
He is keeping me hopping, and but the beautiful thing is today's president tweet that they would link to today. I mean, it's coming, more coming. That's from our president, not Q. It's our president. So we're gonna get to that a little bit later today. A little bit later, I'm gonna go through one Q post, then I'm gonna introduce our guest. We've got a very, 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 very special guest right now. We have got Russell Peden, who's in Q post 3017, and he was cued by Stacy Dash. The Great Awakening: Attempts to Divide Will Fail. Patriots Have No Skin Color. Q. We're going to bring him in just a few minutes. He's standing by, and what a wonderful person. I can't wait for you guys to meet him, so stand by for that. I'm just going to really quick, Shady. We left off at Q post 3038. 3038. So I'm going to go ahead and just read this really quick. And then we can just discuss this, and then we'll just bring Russell in, and then we'll go over the rest of the Q posts if Russell wants to join us, but for the Q posts. All right, so here we go, Shady. It's 3038. It was at 2:55 p.m., just after our show, which is very interesting. If you guys didn't catch yesterday's Matrixxx Groove Hour, go check it out. It was a very, very good show. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Please hit like. We are being suppressed. My tweets are being suppressed. The YouTube channel is being suppressed. So please help us spread the word. Here we go. 3038 Q post. Decide for yourself. Be free from outside opinion. Decide for yourself. Be objective in your conclusions. Decide for yourself. Be true in your own beliefs. Decide for yourself. Be open to following the facts. Decide for yourself. Be strong in defending your beliefs. Decide for yourself. Be resistant to blindly accepting factless statements. Decide for yourself. Be free. Those who attack you, those who mock you, those who call you, those who control you, those who label you, do they represent you, or do they represent themselves in some form? Mental enslavement? The Great Awakening, freedom of thought, was designed and created not only as a back channel to the public, away from the long-standing mind control of the corrupt and heavily biased media, to endure future events through transparency and regeneration of individual thought, breaking the chains of groupthink, but more importantly, aid in the construction of a vehicle, a ship, that provides the scattered free thinkers with the starter new social networking platform, which allows for freedom of thought, expression, and patriotism or national pride, the feeling of love, devotion, and sense of attachment to a homeland and an alliance with other citizens who share the same sentiment. When non-dogmatic information becomes free and transparent, it becomes a threat to those who attempt to control the narrative and or the stable. When you are awake, you stand outside of the stable, groupthink collective, and have free thought. Free thought is a philosophical viewpoint which holds that positions regarding truth should be formed on the basis of logic, reason, and empiricism, rather than authority, tradition, revelation, or dogma. When you are awake, you are able to see clearly. The choice is yours and yours alone. Trust and put faith in yourself. You are not alone, and you are not in the minority. Difficult truths will soon see the light of day. Where we go one, we go all. Q. Shady.
An amazing post there, talking to all of us and letting us know that getting organized and being together is a major part of this, the unity aspect, and also the individualism, the idea of thinking for yourself. Q used the word empiricism there, and I'd like to say that or explain that word in philosophy, the view that all concepts originate in experience, and all concepts are about or applicable to things that can be experienced, or that all rationally accepted beliefs or propositions are justifiable or knowable only through experience. This broad definition accords with the derivation of the term empiricism from the ancient Greek word empiria, experience. That means the idea that you do create your own reality. Your thoughts, your logic, your insights are real, and they transcend and they transmute and they translate to the world that we're in here. And getting out of the groupthink mentality, no matter where it is what the Q movement and the idea of freedom is supposed to be. We're all supposed to be independent, free thinkers. None of us are really, we're kind of not designed to agree on all levels. This is a big post and a strengthening post for all the Anons out there, I think, coming down right before lots of stuff starts to happen, and even maybe telling us, hey, right there in that post, be organized. We've put together this social network over at QSN for this reason, because we see the fragility of Twitter or Facebook or all of these companies, that once news starts to spread like fire. Even yesterday, we were having internet outages, crazy internet outages all over the place, almost like there's some sort of syncing up with the president threatening to declass, Q threatening to declass, and then putting us on a timeline and stuff. So I thought that was a very powerful post yesterday, right after our show. And, wanted to maybe bring that word into a little bit more clarity to let people realize that, this is about free thinking, and this is about independence and independent thought, freedom to think what it is you perceive about your reality. That's what America is. And that's what I think the socialist, pseudo-communist agenda here is out to corrupt.
That's right. And, I want to go back to this too real quick, which is a ship that provides a scattered free thinkers with a starter new social media platform, which allows for freedom of thought, expression, and patriotism or national pride. Much love. I mean, feeling the love, devotion, and sense of attachment. Look at what we've got here, Shady. We have got QSN, which is the QArmy social network. If you're not here, come on over, check it out. We've got a lot of like-minded patriots, people that are here loving their country, loving our POTUS, loving the Q movement. We've got 397 guests on there right now, 38 members online. Check it out. Kiwi Patriot, there he is right there. Jay Vega, thank you. So is Q talking about a new platform? Sometimes you wonder, right? And with the support of you guys through things like Patreon right here, we've got 198 Patreons, and every single one of you are amazing. We've got ways you can do $1 if you want $1. You can do $5. You can do $10, $17. They're all the same. There's nothing different. This is the way that we're able to keep expanding and keep growing this platform, along with some other things like Legal Shield. Down below, we're an independent distributor for Legal Shield. It's a service that you might need your family, your friends. It's $24.95 a month. Lawyers are very expensive, and we're going to get into this a little bit later as well. So these are just some ways that you can help get things, get something while supporting this website and our work here, should it be valuable. So that's all I wanted to kind of say real quick. That was an amazing Q post. And, with that, let's just go ahead and before we continue, let's bring in, let me get Russell in here. Hang on one second. Russell, I'm going to go ahead and bring you in here and introduce you. I'm going to bring this in and go ahead and take this out. And Russell, hello. Welcome to the Matrixxx Groove Hour.
Hey, Matrixxx. Hey, Shady. Glad to be here, guys.
Awesome. Thank you very much for coming. I'm very impressed. I was telling you earlier before the show, we've got something in common. We've got this in common, that I was queued in 2438. I know it doesn't look like it, and there's that Q son, with the Q, really awesome. And then it goes to Stacy Dash, and Stacy Dash retweeted intheMatrixxx right here, and it said, bless. And it said, this is why we fight, the future of our children and grandchildren. We stand at the precipice. Do not fail. Do not falter. Vote red. So there's Stacy Dash. And then you, my friend, was queued in 3017 by our Miss Stacy Dash as well, who's absolutely amazing. And she says, wisdom. Where we go one, we go all. MAGA. And Russell, I'm just going to, do you mind if I just play this video for everybody?
Oh, absolutely. Go for it.
All right, here we go.
I have a Trump 2016 sticker on my car, or Trump Make America Great Again, and people ask me, they'll see me get out the car and they'll go, is that your car? And I go, yeah, it's my car. With the Trump sticker? I go, yeah. They go, you're a Trump supporter? I go, yeah, aren't you? So it's just crazy, man. It's just amazing that I actually have to justify it. And the only reason they ask those questions is because of the color of my skin. The crazy part is, we use the words like discrimination and racism. We hear them all the time. But the reality of it is, I think I'm a victim of discrimination just by the fact that I'm not going with the crowd. The fact that I'm thinking for myself and decide to become a conservative and vote for President Trump, vote for the Republican ticket. I'm a disgrace to my party. Some people think I'm a disgrace to the history of blacks in America, and that's just ridiculous. I was born in 1971. I wasn't a victim of Jim Crow. I didn't have to sit in the back of a bus. I didn't have to do any of that. I think I've grown up in a country where words like that. And I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist, but the reality of it, the way that most people want you to think about it, especially people on the left and the Democratic Party, is that it's happening every day. That I can't walk down the street without the fear of some police officer shooting me is ridiculous. I grew up. I have a family. I'm a business owner, and I don't want my daughters to grow up in a country believe in that. And that's another reason why we're here today. And we want to just be an example and give other people permission to say, you know what, I'm willing to step out there too, because I don't agree with that stuff, no matter what they say.
Wow, that was awesome. That was an awesome speech there. Thank you for that. So, where did that come from? How did this clip get on Miss Stacey Dash's Twitter? And tell us the story.
Well, what people I think I referenced it in a later video, but I was taking my two teenage daughters to attend the Blexit rally. The Blexit rally is a movement. Blexit is a movement started by Candace Owens, who's kind of a rising star in the conservative side of things here in America. She was, if folks remember, she was the one that I guess Kanye West tweeted about it, and they say he shut down the internet by his tweet, saying that he says, I think his quote was, "I love the way Candace Owens thinks," and the whole world fell apart because no one knew who she was, and all of a sudden he's saying that. And then when they found out who she was and what she had said, she had come out. She's a black conservative, young black conservative, so she's famous for posting a YouTube video where she, in essence, came out of the closet as a conservative to her parents, and it was kind of tongue in cheek, but still, she realized that she had been drinking the Kool-Aid, so to speak. She had been a Democrat her whole life and believed all the lies and things that they had told her. So she decided that she wanted to be a conservative, and she recorded a video to her parents, again, kind of tongue in cheek, that Mom and Dad, I have something to tell you. I'm a conservative. So anyway, she started, that helped her, and then when Kanye West tweeted out her information, then she kind of became this new star on the scene, and she started this movement called Blexit, which is blacks and Latinos exiting the Democratic Party. And I've been all over, following her on all over Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. I love her videos. I love what she stands for. And I want to take my daughters to go to this rally because I want to get a chance to hear her partner Brandon Tatum, and Dinesh D'Souza, another guy who I love and follow. He was going to be speaking there, so we were going. Plus, my daughter, she's writing a thesis for her high school senior year on why blacks are so loyal to the Democratic Party, and she thought this would be a great thing for her to go as well. So anyway, we're getting ready to walk into this event in Richmond, Virginia, and I get stopped by a reporter from Breitbart News asking if I'd want to do an interview. I said, of course. So I took 4 or 5 minutes. He asked me a few questions, had me on camera. My daughters are standing there next to me. And then that's pretty much it. And then they went to the rally. The rally was amazing, fantastic. It really helped me realize that I wasn't the only guy out there thinking like this. And that got me super excited. And then a few days later, my wife and I are out running some errands, and we get a call from my sister-in-law who lets us know that she says, Russell's famous. And she said, you gotta watch this video. She sent us this link to Facebook, and evidently they had posted the video at 10 a.m. on last Wednesday. I think that was the 5th or 6th. And by 11:45, when she called us, it already had 150,000 views. It hit right at about 500,000 views by that night. And a couple days later, it was over 1 million views. Right now, it's 1.1, approaching 1.2 million views. It's just pretty crazy, if you ask me. Just nuts. And I had no idea that message. Evidently, that message resonated with a lot of people. And and I was just telling the truth. I mean, this is what happens. But I'm used to it. I've been a Republican since the day I registered to vote back in 1989. I've been a conservative over probably the last 15 or 20 years. As I got married and had kids, I began to realize not only am I a Republican, but I'm a conservative as well. And I love my country. I love everything about it. And as I say, people aren't born racist. That's something that gets passed down to them. And my whole life, the reason I decided to become a Republican is because I didn't experience much racism, probably hardly any at all growing up, and because it was just my own personal experience, and it just made sense to me. I grew up under Reagan. Was the first president that I kind of grew up under, and I just liked what he stood for, and I thought, this is the kind of guy I want to be a part. I want to align myself with, and so I've been a Republican since the day I could vote, and I've just always been that way. That's just not a thing you're supposed to do if you're black in this country. You're not supposed to be a Republican. You're certainly not supposed to be a conservative. You're supposed to vote for the Democratic Party because that's what black people do, evidently. Right. So I didn't get that memo, but anyway, that's how it all got started.
You were a free thinker, right? You thought for yourself, and
evidently that's what they say. I'm a free thinker, but I've always thought that. I guess I've always been a free thinker. So.
Well, God bless you, my friend. And so, when did you find out that Q cued you, essentially? Did the video go viral before Q cued it?
Yeah, the video went viral, and I guess that's how Q
saw it.
You saw the video. I mean, it had already been. It's right about the same time and I maybe Q's the reason why it hit 1 million, but it was already, I had been checking a lot, but I checked it. I think it was Saturday night or Friday. Today's everything's been a blur these last week, but somewhere around, I think it was Saturday. It was, it was in the 900,000 range in terms of number of views on Facebook, and that wasn't counting views on Twitter and views on YouTube. Just on Facebook, it was 900, maybe 950,000 views, and right around there is when I got a message from my friend Chris and then another Q person, Bill the answer, and they said, "Hey man, you've been queued," and I didn't really know what that meant, and but I knew. They said, "That's awesome, that's pretty cool." And next thing I know, and that all within the span of about an hour, getting notified from them that it had been queued and trying to figure out what that meant and checking it out, and that all at the same time, the video hit 1 million views. So I think getting queued is probably what pushed it over the top to 1 million views, and certainly what is pushing down to nearly 1.2 million views. But and probably millions more, as I understand, all over the world now. But that's just on Facebook, here in this, and maybe YouTube and other stuff. But I don't know, just somewhere around 1 million views. Saturday night, something like that. I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, but I'm going to.
It all came together.
Over.
Yeah, it all came together, and that was very wonderfully stated in the video as well. I got to tell you, because they want us divided. They want us divided by race. They want us divided by class. They want us divided by politics. They just want us divided. And you said something to me that I hold dearly in my heart, is that you never really experienced the racism, because in a civil, right here on the ground where we are today, there is none of that. I've got friends of all different races, all different colors, if you will. I don't have any problem. If somebody falls down, I'm going to pick them up. We're all here together living in this world. The TV is the mind control of all of this stuff, and it's a big con. People don't feel that way.
Well, and we often say the TV is a mind control device. In fact, that's where we limit our kids to it. We don't watch a lot of regular television. We watch a lot of Netflix and Amazon and stuff like that. But it's the mind control. We also say it's also the income producing box, because you spend too much time watching that box, your income will go down. So, and but I tell you, man, it's true. They do want us divided, and I don't understand it. One of the things that Candace Owens says, and I agree with, America is not a racist country, but most black people, if you said that to them, they would look at you cross-eyed. They go, "What do you mean it's not a racist country? Look what's happened to black people over the last 200 or 300 years." And I go, "Yeah, but that's not happening now." But and that's what I said in the video. I've not been a victim of Jim Crow. I was, none of that stuff's happened to me. Now, sure, it happened to my great grandparents and things of that nature, but that's not happened. So this idea that America is a racist country just isn't true. It's just something they want people to believe, as you said, to keep them divided, because if they're divided, then they'll stay loyal. And I believe they want them to stay loyal, because, without blacks voting for the Democratic Party, there would be no Democratic Party. They depend upon blacks to vote for them. That's why they continue to sell them lies and all this baloney. And it's just crazy, because if they understood the history, this, I don't want to. I mean, the reality is, the Democrats, they control the media, but they also control education. So they determine what we learn about in school. So when you really learn the truth, that the Democratic Party is the party of the KKK, the Democratic Party is the party of Jim Crow. The Democratic Party is the party of welfare and abortion and all the things that have destroyed the black family over the last 50 years. That's
Russell, well said. I was going to actually ask you if you knew about the Democratic Party history. That's very impressive. Thank you for that. And one thing I noticed too, I was before I was Q-pilled, I've been red-pilled, and I saw a study in 2012 in New York. There were more black babies aborted than born. Yeah. I don't think people understand that.
That's a current statistic right now today. Isn't that nuts?
That's like genocide, isn't it? I mean,
9. Look, Matrixxx 9, according to Candace Owens. Again, she's not my source, but I just recently heard her share this at that rally, that 900 Black babies are aborted every day in this country. If that's not genocide, I don't know what is.
My
And
God.
how you can align yourself with a party that promotes that and encourages that, and to me, it's crazy.
They stand up for it, they answer to it, they proclaim it. And then, I think that everyone got a little bit of a wake-up call a couple of weeks ago to see what's going on in Virginia and what these, the governors and the people in New York are calling for. These are, one thing that Q and us and everyone has been focusing on is, making people recognize that, a 9-month-old is an American. That's a person. They have rights. You're talking about making them comfortable. What is this conversation? And then, right as we start to aggregate an actual conversation about the depravity of this, the next thing the whole media swings to talk about someone who put shoe polish on their face 40 years ago.
Right.
And change the whole conversation right there in front of you. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. Weren't we talking about this?
And what happened? You haven't heard any more about it. It's gone.
Right. Right.
This is the governor of the state I live in saying that it's okay to kill a baby after it's born. I mean, are you kidding me? And again, at 900 Black babies, again, you guys know me. I'm as much as I'm Black and I'm trying to get others to escape the Democratic Party. It's not a black and white thing. My wife's white. My kids are interracial. I mean, my point is that if Black people should get upset and excited and fight about something, it should be about the fact that look, here's how I look at it. That's 18 million Black babies have been aborted since 1971 or 72. I was born in 1971. I just turned 48 on the 1st of March. That means thank you. Here's that means potentially 18 million 30 to 40-year-old people like me are not here because of it. You know what I'm saying? That's half. That's in essence that's why the Black population is stagnated, and that's what Black people should be upset about, is that this party that they are so loyal to, that has lied to them and told them all these crazy, that they made them try to believe that it wasn't the Democratic Party, it was the South. And those people in the South switched to the Republican Party, which is a bunch of crap. There was no big switch. There was a couple of senators that I think it was Strom Thurmond and Albert Watson. Those are the only two people who switched from Democrats to Republicans. They try to make you think that all those mean people who did the lynchings and voted all those laws and Jim Crow and all that stuff and voter suppression, all those people, they switched to become Republicans. All those bad Republicans switched and all became good Democrats. That's just a bunch of baloney, man. But they sell them on this stuff. And if you ask any Black person about that, that's what they'll tell you will be the reason. If you throw up the truth about the Democratic Party, they'll go, well, not how it used to be, not anymore, because all those people are now Republicans. And they make the Republicans out to be those bad guys from the South that did all the things that most Black people hate about this country.
Right. Yeah. They don't represent facts. They're factless claims, to your point. Yeah. Very wonderfully said. And by the way, I'm just going to quickly cruise over to Windows Capture. Facebook will be back soon. It's down right now. Facebook is down for required maintenance right now, but you should be able to get back on within a few minutes. In the meantime, read more below while you're seeing this message. Thank you for your patience.
This looks like it's worldwide. I'm actually looking into this behind the scenes. It looks like it's everywhere. Facebook is currently down. Just to throw interesting that the conversation we were having just a few minutes ago, right. And also Matrixxx, we were seeing stuff being put out yesterday about solar flares and things like that. People were saying, hey, this looks like maybe some sort of pretend of solar flares, not really happening. So maybe they're making that up to justify this, but it looks like Facebook is down.
And I just checked, the QArmy social network is still up. There it is. See, we're still up. All right. So Facebook down, we're up. And this is exactly why we did this, in case Facebook goes away, in case Twitter goes away. Get over there and get yourself a profile. Check it out. And here's the link. I'll drop it in there for you. So Russell, tell me now how you might be into Q. Are you looking into Q? Have you heard of Q before? Like, give us, what you're kind of thinking about that.
I've got some friends in Q, heavily in the Q, who totally understand it. Like Chris and like the answer, and I'm in it. I believe in it. I want to be a part of it, and I want to do my part to spread the word about what's happening in Q, so that I'm all about helping people break free from all of the lies and the stuff that's happened, not just with the Democratic Party, just all the stuff that's going on, so that all this deep state mess that everyone thinks is a conspiracy, but it's happening. I don't want these guys to take over our country, these socialist, fascist, commie, pinko, whatever you want to call them. I want my kids to grow up in a country that stands for something. And that I want them to be free, mentally free, financially free, spiritually free. I want them I want those words on the Supreme Court building, equal justice under law, to be a reality instead of just a fancy saying. And that's why I became a Legal Shield associate 26 years ago, my wife and I, to spread the word that you can, for a couple $100 a year, you can have access to justice when you need it. Have someone a phone call away. And I know maybe that's a good transition. I know we'll talk a little about Legal Shield and what they do, but I know that
Russell, it's perfect because let me tell you this: not only do we have Q in common now, we've both been queued. We've both been queued via Stacey Dash,
right?
But we launched Legal Shield on the Friday you were queued on this on our website and this show.
And we actually talked about it for the first time that day.
So lo and behold, we've got you, who is the youngest millionaire club for Legal Shield that was actually queued on the same day we announced it. I mean, is this a coincidence? I'm sure.
I don't believe in a coincidence. I believe in what they call a fortuitous intersection, right? Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why I did that interview and why that interview hit the way it did and the way that Q found it. And then at the same time, you guys are introduced to Legal Shield, and that's something I've been doing for 26 years, helping people protect their rights. Legal Shield not only helps people protect their rights, but also gives an opportunity to participate in helping others protect their rights and earn a living. So you can make a living and make a difference at the same time with Legal Shield.
Wow, and I'm showing our Legal Shield website right now where people can go to get signed up for a personal plan, a small business plan, a commercial driver's plan, the video there, ID Shield plans, all of it. So what would you tell people that are watching us right now on YouTube who basically are loving you right now, Russell? Thank you for coming on. What would you tell these people about the decision?
I would tell them, look, it's okay to think for yourself, especially if you look like me. You don't have to go with the crowd, and let your friends know, hey, you don't have to go with the crowd. Send them forward this video to them. Let them know that, hey, they don't have to go with the crowd, even though it's difficult. They're going to get some punchback. And literally, sometimes people they're gonna look at them like they're cross-eyed when they just tell them that, hey, I'm with Trump, I'm with America, and I believe in the flag and all this stuff. It's okay to step out from the crowd, because ultimately, if you stand for something, you won't fall for everything. And that's the first thing I tell you. On the Legal Shield side, you know what? Also, all Q. What's the word for them? What's the word for a Q person, guys?
Anons. We're just anonymous.
Everybody, protect yourself. And obviously, I'm a little bit biased, but protect yourself with Legal Shield, because, if maybe the benefit of a Legal Shield membership is knowing that you got someone looking out for you, looking out for your rights. And ultimately, that's what this country is founded on individual rights. So here you can have access to your rights at a price that most people can afford. We're talking about less than $1 a day in most cases. So I'd encourage you to protect yourself. If you're not a member, you see the website there. And protect yourself that way. If you run across and you get yourself in a situation where you just need to know if you're right or wrong, or God forbid you find yourself in an emergency situation where you're being questioned, detained, or possibly even arrested, Legal Shield will be there for you 24 hours a day to protect your rights and also protect your identity with the most comprehensive identity theft protection available anywhere in the world. So that's what I'd say. Matrixxx, Shady.
Thank you.
Back over to you guys.
And I'm also have been targeted on Hillary Clinton's top 200 Twitter list as well. Yeah, I know, right? So I've actually, that's why I wanted to join it too. And then we've got people libel and slandering and stuff like that on Twitter. But I felt that I needed to get some protection. So I'm actually working with the folks at Legal Shield currently, and the experience has been top notch. Also, if you guys just want advice, right? They'll write a letter for you, or they'll make a phone call for you. Sometimes
No
just
additional cost.
no
All
additional
included in the cost. No additional cost.
Right. And like let's say I have a 16-page document that I need to be reviewed to make sure that it's a good contract. Was that something that Legal Shield would do?
Absolutely. You know, they say the rich never sign anything without first having it reviewed by their attorney. Now you can have that same peace of mind, that same protection of having something looked at before you sign it, before you buy a house, buy a car, lease your apartment. Say, you know what, let me have this looked at by my Legal Shield, my provider attorney, make sure that I know what I'm signing. They'll suggest any changes for your benefit. And you can just make better decisions knowing that you've got someone, again, looking out for you, literally a phone call away. And with Legal Shield's mobile app, it's even simpler because you can just open up the app, tap the app, and have access to your rights and your documents and speeding tickets and moving violations and things like that too, Matrixxx. It's a great plan, guys. Get some more details on it, protect yourself, and have that peace of mind, protection, and security that comes with knowing that you've got someone looking out for you with Legal Shield.
And you know, it's tax time too. So my accountant always asks at the end, "Do you have your will? Do you have all that done?" I'm like, yeah, well, no, I don't. So I think that's another benefit.
A will included, no additional cost. Will, living will, medical power of attorney, even a financial power of attorney, all four of those documents are included in the cost of your Legal Shield membership, which makes it an unbelievable value. You think of it, for a few $100s a year, you can't get a will prepared by an attorney for a few $100s. It's going to be $500,000 at least. You get one for yourself and your spouse or significant other, and that's included with the plan at no additional cost.
That's amazing. Thank you for that. I didn't really mean for this to turn out into a commercial, but how about the synchronicity here? You know, look at the synchronicity. You know, Q, Stacey Dash, Legal Shield. We announced Legal Shield when you were queued, the day you were queued.
Wow.
I just, you know, so it's fate. It's, you know, we were meant to meet each other, and I am honored to know you, sir. And thank you very much for coming on the show. Do you want to hang out and go over some Q posts and listen in?
Sure. I'll hang out, and if I have to go, I'll hop off. But I'll stick around.
Awesome. Hey, YouTube, what do you guys think about Russell? I dropped his Twitter in there, so go ahead and follow him. Do you have a YouTube channel yet?
I do. You know, I've always had a YouTube channel, just Russell Peden, but I started a new one with this whole video thing that happened last week, and I'm calling it Freedom Patriots. And that's freedom, like freedom from the Democrats. That's FREEDEM, Patriots. And that's my new YouTube channel, and for all things Patriots, all things Q, all things
Awesome.
exiting the Democratic Party.
Awesome. And our mods will go find that YouTube channel, if you could, mods, and drop that in there. Freedem, FREEDEM, Freedem Patriots. And Russell, if you ever want to have us on the show, I would be Shady and I would be happy.
Absolutely, it'd be my pleasure. I love to do that. Let's do it.
Yeah, I really just want to say I appreciate what the sentiments of what you said there in the video. It really was amazing. I as soon as I saw it, was excited to retweet that to share with others before any of the subsurface connections actually revealed themselves. It's a you know, a very cumbersome thing for people to think about their stuff in law or legal realities to deal with, and sometimes it's something that we end up pushing off. And you know, all of us are coming back to this conversation of unity, the conversation of bringing the wealth back to America, the conversation of we all want to be free and live in freedom and have a free market. We're tired of the structure that chokes the market down and prevents us from being able to go anywhere because of a debt that accrues over us out of thin air every year. So, you know, along with all of that, I think, you know, the winning of the future comes you guys getting some of this stuff straightened out and above board and moving forward in a society that functions for everyone, not just for the people who have the you know, that are the ones waving the magic wand behind the Federal Reserve.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you again. And so with that, we're going to cruise over to the Q map real quick, Shady. And this is, I'm going to call you Q3017, Russell. Do you mind if I call you Q3017? That's
That's fine with me.
that's your new name.
Love it.
And congratulations, sir. Amazing. And I'm going to go ahead and close that. I didn't mean to show that again. All right, so here we go. We're going to cruise over to Q Post 3039, Shady. And it was a bunch of Rep. Jim Jordan tweets. And they kind of go like this. Why did Adam Schiff say that his talks with Michael Cohen were limited to inviting him and allaying any concerns about threats to his family, but not mention the 14 hours his staff spent prepping Cohen before the hearing? The next one is, why did Adam Schiff fail to disclose that he met with Glenn Simpson, whose dossier Oppo research was funded by the Clinton campaign in Aspen? Why did Adam Schiff falsely claim his memo that Bruce Orr hadn't communicated his relationship with Chris Steele to the FBI prior to 2016 election? The next one is, why did Adam Schiff try to block Congress from learning that Clinton campaign paid for the dossier? And Q says, quote, change you can believe in, quote, forward, quote, greater together, quote, betting on America, quote, we don't quit, quote, winning the future, quote, we can't wait, quote, an America/economy built to last, Q.
You see that, how he's calling out like the complete inaccuracies of Representative Schiff throughout all of this. There's not been a single person who has been more loud, quote unquote, on television news than Adam Schiff, bringing this, the president's going to go down today. The president, he's in real trouble. Indictments are everywhere. There's crime, fraud. Every single day for 2 years, this guy has been bringing this to the forefront. Now he is starting to backtrack, and Q is letting you guys know that I have given the go-ahead for the representatives out there that know what's going on. These people know what's going on because they saw the testimony. The testimony that Lisa Page released yesterday, the testimony of Bruce Orr, all the stuff that happened behind the scenes with Baker, Pre-Step, the whole list of however many there are now. All these representatives know that they can't talk about it until they get to go ahead to talk about it. Cable news, the show, we're working on this. It has to be an organic presentation of the information. And I think we got a nice little dose of that yesterday with Mr. Jordan and a few other things that we're going to be going over.
That's right. And Russell, to you real quick, have you heard of all the Clinton campaign crimes and the Clinton crimes and all of that?
Of course.
Just wondering if it was a well-kept secret. You know what I mean? Excellent.
That's why I cringed. That's why I cringed when you said you were in the top 200. I'm like, ooh, I don't want to be on that list. There's one list I don't.
It's a badge of honor. It's a badge of honor. It really is. This is Q Post 3040. Shady noticed something about this too. This is the Trump train retweeted this. Donald Trump retweeted this, but this is the one that Q asked to get fixed. So Brennan's not in there, I don't believe. But I think the point is that Donald Trump retweeted a meme from the Chans, right? Now that Russia collusion is a proven lie, when do the trials for treason begin? Promises made? Promises soon to be kept? Has POTUS made statements / assertions that didn't end up being proven correct? Change we can believe in. When they go low, we go high. Let freedom ring. Q. And this could have been a hat tip to this happened right at 5:48 where we did We the People 1776 Patriot Power Hour, Shady, and 412 had to cruise over to Let Freedom Ring, the show. So this happened during 412 Anon's Let Freedom Ring show, which is very, very interesting, in my opinion. Shady, you have any comments on this one?
Yeah, well, the interesting thing was that this was the original meme. Remember Q had the meme, and then they changed the meme to include Brennan, and Q used this meme here without Brennan. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting that it was this one that we were being posted. Not sure if it means something or not, but like I said, we are moving into the bracket season.
Yeah, and I think it's this. It just wanted to show, Q team wanted to show that Donald Trump retweeted this. Q did ask this to be updated, and that was a different Q post. So I don't think Donald Trump retweeted the updated one.
That's correct.
Yeah, so I think that's exactly right. Perfect. And Shady, we've got Q 3041. Do you want to go ahead and take that one?
So this would be coming right after that one yesterday. And he says the unsealing of the first several indictments will bring about unity and change, change that we can believe in, returning power to the people, returning the rule of law to our land. We stand together. We stand together as patriots. Q, all capitals there on the "we stand together." We stand together as patriots. We did get some fireworks yesterday with with these indictments that came out with Felicity Huffman, and this was actually Laura Sutherland and her husband. There was 33 people in total that were indicted. This story, I think, is going to be a lead in to a lot of stuff, Matrixxx, that has to do with the Hollywood thing. It's a tangent story.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like it's kind of a tangent story, but when you dig into it, you see some really interesting things here. They were paying. It's hard to even believe this. Like they were literally they were taking their kids' faces and having them photoshopped on athletes' pictures of doing things like playing soccer or high jumping or whatever it was for evidence to present as to a coach that their kid was athletic. And then once the kid made the team, these people were paying the coaches like over like 1.5 million was one case. So this is William H. Macy, big players in Hollywood, lots of names on this that weren't revealed, and some behind the scenes people as well, I think, are going to come to light in this. But the lead into the corruption is this: you have a layer of academia out there that, like Russell was pointing to just a minute ago, has this narrative, this driven narrative, and you're going to get, these schools in America are spitting out socialists left and right. Now, I understand that they're, kind of wishy-washy socialists, because once confronted on the idea that your work doesn't matter and you're not allowed to accrue anything and no one is treated fairly under the law, you're just all basically sheep. They kind of come out of that cloud for a minute, or you tell them, hey, this lady, she wants to get rid of cows and airplanes. How do you want to live without cows and airplanes? And people will start to actually come around to the conversation. But they are churning out this momentum of socialism and this idea of this group think thing. So these indictments are huge that just came out yesterday. I think they're a big lead in, and it's a bigger story that the media is talking about. All morning they were camped outside waiting to see, if Manafort's going to get more time for a couple whatever misappropriating things on his tax returns. I thought we were looking into Russia collusion, but even Fox News is super focused on this stuff. So read about what happened yesterday with Felicity Huffman and Laura Sutherland. That's going to be a big lead into a lot of this. And so you guys start to see who didn't get to go to school. Who made the grade? There's somebody out there that made the grade, that applied, that wanted to go to that school, but instead, no, they got pushed aside or off the team or not accepted so a celebrity's kid could get in there. That's exactly the type of society I feel like I'm standing up to prevent. I don't want that society. I'd like for people to be valued upon their merit, that encourages us to do something. I want you to recognize that if you're in a structure of communism or socialism, what is your motivation? What is your motivation to innovate? What is your motivation to accrue? What is your motivation to be thankful? What is your motivation to be generous? What is your motivation to any other reality? Think of the just androgynous nature of that. We don't want that, and we're all standing up together for it. And it's very, very great to see all of us as a nation start to have a real conversation again without the noise that keeps telling us that we're somehow wrong.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is amazing. And the returning the rule of law to our land, that's also very good. We stand together, power to the people. These people were collaborating to have people succeed and have people not succeed. I mean, that's absolutely insane. So, Shady, well said, brother. Well said. Moving on to a Q Plus post. Q Plus reposted the same link over and over and over. In fact, it was 12 times. And I want to real quick show you the 12 times. This is from Neon Revolt, and this is a hat tip to him. Neon asks, what is the significance of 12? The 12th week of the year starts March 19th. Q Plus posted the 12 links on the 12th of March. 12 times 12 is 144. So an Anon looked at Q post 144. And if you look at this post right here, I mean, it's, let me just go to the map and just go to Q post 144. This has in, you can just go 144, Q map, boom. Here it is. It's Patriots Don't Sleep. 40,000 foot view necessary to understand the U.S. SA global events. Paint the picture. Decrease the altitude. We will not fly that high again. Higher the altitude, greater the risk of the conspiracy. ST. Many cannot, will not swallow. No, what is no such agency? Q group. Who has clearance to the full picture? Important. SIS is good. +++ Admiral R +++. What agency is at war with clowns in America? How does POTUS shift the narrative? New Age of Enlightenment. 80% convert or covert, 20% public. What has occurred over the last several months? See info leaks. Operation Think SA plus question mark, parentheses closed, question mark. CNN sale. What companies wreck large cash injections by clowns in America? Public. Well, we just found that out. It's the unicorns, guys. InQtel, right? Why does it hurt who controls the MSM? Primary objective from beginning. POTUS discredit MSM. Why is this relevant? How is information transmitted? How are people informed? Why was Sarah A.C. attacked? Hack attempt. Why was Operation Mockingbird repeated? Why was Jason Bourne's CIA dream repeated? Think social media platforms. Who are the wizards and warlocks? What council do the wizard and warlocks control? Think Snowden, inside terms dropped. Alice in Wonderland, understood. Snow White, understood. Iron Eagle, Godfather 3, Speed, everything has meaning. Disney is a distraction. Senate and Congress, puppets, not all power shift. For God and country, for humanity, Geronimo. And if you look at this, we're going to look at all the kill boxes here. We've got, it says this week in kill boxes. TH. Where's the TH up here? Risk.
Yeah, it's right at the top.
It's right at the top. Yep, there you go. So you got TH. Then you've got the I, S. Then you've got the W. Then you've got the E. Then you've got week. There's the K, right? So it says this week in this, in kill boxes, right? Pretty interesting.
So maybe just make the note of the date on that, bud.
Oh, the date on this post is November 12th at 2:52 p.m.
So this is like, just to put it in context, this is within the first 2 weeks of the Q dissemination project. This was actually, this post was still while Q was on 4chan, I believe, before he moved to 8. So early on posting here gives you an insight into some of, number one, the early stuff that Q was putting up, but as well, some of those posts had these messages that were inside the boxes. More than a few of them, where you take the letters, descramble them, and it makes a pretty clear message there. One of them was "clowns are here." A few different messages were communicated within that. So this is interesting to see the 12 videos and how they made that jump, Matrixxx, from Neon. That guy always catches an angle that not too many people see.
Yeah, I really am impressed with Neon Revolt. Hat tip, my friend. He's tipped us a couple of times too. So really, well done, Mr. Revolt, I will call you, because I have so much respect. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. It's posted 12 times by Q+. Let's see what it says. We've seen it a million times, but we need to see it again.
A failed and corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people. The Washington establishment and the financial and media corporations that fund it exist for only one reason: to protect and enrich itself. The establishment has trillions of dollars at stake in this election. For those who control the levers of power in Washington and for the global special interest, they partner with these people that don't have your good in mind. Our campaign represents a true existential threat like they haven't seen before. This is not simply another four-year election. This is a crossroads in the history of our civilization that will determine whether or not we, the people, reclaim control over our government. The political establishment that is trying to stop us is the same group responsible for our disastrous trade deals, massive illegal immigration, and economic and foreign policies that have bled our country dry. The political establishment has brought about the destruction of our factories and our jobs as they flee to Mexico, China, and other countries all around the world. It's a global power structure that is responsible for the economic decisions that have robbed our working class, stripped our country of its wealth, and put that money into the pockets of a handful of large corporations and political entities. This is a struggle for the survival of our nation, and this will be our last chance to save it. This election will determine whether we're a free nation or whether we have only the illusion of democracy, but are in fact controlled by a small handful of global special interests rigging the system, and our system is rigged. This is reality. You know it, they know it, I know it, and pretty much the whole world knows it. The Clinton machine is at the center of this power structure. We've seen this firsthand in the WikiLeaks documents, in which Hillary Clinton meets in secret with international banks to plot the destruction of U.S. sovereignty in order to enrich these global financial powers, her special interest friends, and her donors. Honestly, she should be locked up. The most powerful weapon deployed by the Clintons is the corporate media, the press. Let's be clear on one thing. The corporate media in our country is no longer involved in journalism. They're a political special interest, no different than any lobbyist or other financial entity with a total political agenda, and the agenda is not for you, it's for themselves. Anyone who challenges their control is deemed a sexist, a racist, a xenophobe. They will lie, and then again, they will do worse than that. They will do whatever's necessary. The Clintons are criminals, remember that. This is well documented, and the establishment that protects them has engaged in a massive cover-up of widespread criminal activity at the State Department and the Clinton Foundation in order to keep the Clintons in power. They knew they would throw every lie they could at me and my family and my loved ones. They knew they would stop at nothing to try to stop me. Nevertheless, I take all of these slings and arrows gladly for you. I take them for our movement so that we can have our country back. I knew this day would arrive. It's only a question of when. And I knew the American people would rise above it and vote for the future they deserve. The only thing that can stop this corrupt machine is you. The only force strong enough to save our country is us. The only people brave enough to vote out this corrupt establishment is you, the American people. Our great civilization has come upon a moment of reckoning. I didn't need to do this, folks, believe me. I built a great company, and I had a wonderful life. I could have enjoyed the fruits and benefit of years of successful business deals and businesses for myself and my family, instead of going through this absolute horror show of lies, deceptions, malicious attacks. Who would have thought? I'm doing it because this country has given me so much, and I feel so strongly that it's my turn to give back to the country that I love. I'm doing this for the people and for the movement. And we will take back this country for you, and we will make America great again.
Wow. That speech right there is absolutely amazing, and that was October 24th when that was posted. Look at what General Flynn posted at 2:54 p.m. on 26 October 2016. He said, watch the 5-minute video. This will get your heart rate up. Put us to emails 19, drain the swamp, MAGA 3X, field of flight. Okay, so guess what video that was, guys? That it's gone from this area right here. It's gone from YouTube. But oh, it's back.
Our movement
That's so. But look
is
at that.
about replacing a failed and
So General
corrupt.
Flynn, thank you very much for pointing us to that video back then. Just wanted to show you guys that. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And General Flynn, I believe, asked for an extension so he could testify against a business partner that's Turkish or something like that. So I don't think he's actually going to be released today. If you guys have any updates on that.
That's what I heard as well.
Yep. So God bless you, General Flynn. We still stand behind you. I still stand behind you. I will stand behind you. And thank you very much.
And
so
we stand behind this president.
Oh, my God. Big time.
You know, I mean, it's
Never
just,
thought I'd stand behind a president, Shady.
that's what I keep saying over and over. And I watched that, and I've seen it 20 times now, and I can't stop watching it because it just, if you're an American and you're a patriot and you love freedom and you would like to keep the things you earn and pass them on to those you love, he's kind of talking right to you.
You know, so that's the first time. We have to watch the second one too, and also the rest of them. So we're gonna watch this 12 more times, guys. Or actually 11. All right. So, and I could. Thank you very much, Sooner Now. He said, go to the 12-second, or he or she said, go to the 12-second mark. Obama comes up. Absolutely.
Facebook, right on 12.
Pear Tree, yes, Facebook is still down. There are some people that do actually have it. Make sure to head on over to intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com and cruise over to the QArmy social network, where you can be, where we can find you if you are ever deleted or if we need to find each other. This is our, rally point, if you will. So check that out, guys, if you would. So that's that one. Oh, the Patriot 14574 made this. I kind of want to just show it to you. Just wanted to show that to you. He figured out how to make videos. I think it's pretty cool. Thank you very much. I'm very honored. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Wonderful stuff that we people share with us and tag us in. It's so much fun just like being in a part of the Twitter sphere with so many great patriots that love sarcasm and like to make fun of people and also like to be creative and learn new platforms. It's just really, really fun time to be coming together and everybody sharing their creative experience one time.
Absolutely. So thank you for that, Patriot. This one here is Q3043 Shady. It goes to the 333rd revolution. Let's go ahead and let me cue this up, and we'll go ahead and listen to this real quick. It's 10 seconds. Hang on 1 second. There we go.
I got to hang on 1 for 10.
What's that? Hang on 1 for 10? Yeah, hang on 1 for 10. Exactly. Here we go.
This to come in a two-tier justice system. That's all about to change. Justice, I can tell you and report from my sources tonight, is on the horizon. Stay tuned with us. One law.
Remember what Q said about his sources. So hat tip to you, 33rd Hannity. Look at this. Hannity is QAnon. Hashtag what, Shady? QArmy. Thank you very much. I love when people use the QArmy hashtag. All right, so that's that one. Then we're going to go back up to the Q post here. Do you believe... Oh, Q says justice, Q. After that, sources. And Q says, great sources. Remember that Q post, guys? Then we've got this one, Shady. This is Q post 3044. Q repost 3005 that says... That was done on March 9th, 2019, where Donald Trump says Terrible. Just found out that Obama had my wires tapped in Trump Tower just before the victory. Nothing found. This is McCarthyism. And this tweet was from 4 March of 2017 at 3:35 a.m. This guy never sleeps. God bless you, President Trump. The President of the United States told you who authorized the targeting. Q. And then Q links to this Twitter account, JoeMo23. Do you believe in coincidences? Q. And here's the tweet that Joe Mo did. This is very well done. This is real Donald Trump 3417. Everyone called him crazy. Below is a transcript from Lisa Page at Barack Obama ran a banana republic coup attempt, plain and simple. Deep state Q, QAnon, TikTok. Here we go. And there's the meme right there. It's a wonderful meme. Right there it has page, I think it's page 109 where it says it's Ratcliffe speaking, and they say, at what point do you text him? At what point you text him? Yes, because POTUS wants to know everything we are doing. Miss Page, oh yeah, I didn't see where it is, but I know what it is. Yeah, Mr. Ratcliffe. Okay, so you do know the context of what it is. Miss Page says it is. It is in the context of. Mr. Ratcliffe says, well, first of all, who is POTUS? I'm assuming that's, Miss Page says, President Obama. Mr. Ratcliffe says, President Obama. Okay. Damning. Damning.
And then
damning,
this is,
damning.
I mean, look at what are you seeing this on the media yet?
No.
It's right there. It's exposed. It's open source. It is right there telling you that it goes right to 44. The reason this whole operation with exposing this had to be done in this way was because it went right to 44. The person who was personally overseeing this, a direct coup on our system, something that has never ever occurred in the history of this nation. And now we can connect all of these people in that administration, in that cabinet, to the quote unquote nefarious worldwide deep state actors.
That's right. There it is. And he told us who wiretapped him.
And they lambasted him.
All right. So here we go. We're done with the 12th, right? So this is the 12th. Here's the Lisa Page interview. The big revelation from it is the fact that the insurance policy she and Strzok texted about previously was, in fact, a special counsel investigation. Here's the Washington Examiner link right there discussing. Lisa Page said FBI discussed charging Hillary Clinton with gross negligence, so you can go check that out. But the insurance policy was the SC Mueller. Okay. Also, I think we have a Q proof right here, because here is Q3039, and guess who retweeted those same tweets later on that evening? Q proof. Your president retweeted these in the evening. Got it? And there's the yep. So there we go. So that's it. That's moving on into today. Shady, this is a QAnon post for 3/13/19, Wednesday. Take a moment to think about what that means. Killbox. Treason. And it is -6 today. And Shady, we go into the first one, 3045. Let me just go to the Rep Ratcliffe tweet here. This is Lisa Page confirmed to me under oath that the FBI was ordered by the Obama DOJ not to consider charging Hillary Clinton for gross negligence in the handling of classified information. Mr. Ratcliffe, okay, so let me, if I can, I know I'm testing your memory, but when you say advice you got from the department, you're making it sound like it was the department that told you. You're not going to charge gross negligence because we're the prosecutors and we're telling you we're not going to? Miss Page, that is correct. Boom. And Shady, why don't you take the rest of that one?
Cooperating witness. Yeah, this is compelling testimony. She reads like a patriot, reads like she told the truth, and it reads like she was, obviously in a situation where we see the structure here. We'll take a look at this graph here in just a second, but she's in a structure where she can't move and she has to do what she's told, and looks like she's telling the truth in a lot of her testimony that we saw yesterday. And so Q says The tarmac meeting days later, meaning right after. JC, James Comey, no charges are appropriate. ... We could play the little How did HRC obtain SAP, special access programs, on her personal servers? Access to SAP SCI is recorded in a local access register or in a computer database. Where are the records? Identity of specific SAP SCI on the server provides a target or a roadmap to review access logs to that specific program, ? What process and or security clearance would be required to walk away terminal clear with SAP or SCI material electronically? Did a foreign state gain access to the server? Did a foreign state gain access to the SAP SCI material on the server? And then links to the FBI article, or the Hill article here, the FBI denying the Trump's claim that China hacked the Clinton's email. If the top FBI chain of command for the mid-year investigation were all fired, does one conclude the investigation was not conducted properly? Does one conclude all statements made by the FBI think no hack of server as single example could be false? Take a moment and think about what that means. Treason. Q.
Treason.
Simple, plain English, not rocket science, not hidden, not hard to understand, not difficult to reason with someone once confronted with facts. That's the part of this game we're getting ready to move into. You're going to find out real quick who can absorb facts and who has a preset agenda narrative in their head when speaking with folks about this. Any normal, middle of the road, Democrat or Republican, independent, libertarian, freedom-loving human being sees this evidence, and they, as well as you, are going to know the truth.
And the article links to FBI contradicts Trump claim that China hacked Clinton's private email server. Hillary Clinton's emails, which are of classified information, got hacked by China. Next move better be the FBI and DOJ, or after all of the other missteps, Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Page, or FISA, dirty dossier, etc., their credibility will be forever gone. So this is an excellent article.
From 8/29/18.
Yep.
So the FBI is contradicting Trump's claim that China hacked Clinton's email server 6 months ago.
That's right. That's right.
So, just think about how intimate we are with this process. 6 months ago, how many more people were in the FBI that aren't there now? Look at how the intelligence agencies consistently are saying things that the president's like, no.
Yep.
And that's happening a lot.
That's right. And Q is saying, if the top FBI chain of command for the mid-year investigation were all fired, does one conclude the investigation was not conducted properly? Does one conclude all statements made by the FBI think no hack of servers as single example could be false? I mean, this is huge. So I really wanted to point you guys out to that one. Shady, well done.
Yeah, and maybe put that the little schematic there, graph up so they can see it. But this, like what he's saying here, think about the relevance of this. If we're talking about, if we're having a conversation about the FBI and the DOJ being corrupt, being able to be proven corrupt, all of the other work that these people did at this organizations are going to be questioned in the near future, whether it be, the prosecution of X, the prosecution of Y, the prosecution 10 years ago, this guy Wiseman, all the other people, the players involved in this, whatever it is, whoever, the IRS, look at what Lois Lerner and the IRS were doing to Patriots, coming right out after Patriots, but we're allowing Media Matters to get away with this slush fund of, just shove in millions and millions of dollars right into media companies and to people's pockets, and, using that money through CNN, the New York Times to pay, okay, not to pay FBI and intelligence people. So people like Brennan, Clapper, money coming from one side funneled through Media Matters, funneled through CNN, funneled through Wall Street Journal, or Washington Post, funneled to FBI people. Wow.
All CIA entities you just named.
All connected and easily describable to someone who is objectively, independently thinking for themselves.
And so that's Q post 3046 we are looking at there. That is a reply to what Shady just read to us. And the graphic is on the bottom. So just that's from POTUS. I wanted to quickly play you guys something that's very interesting here. This is from the Dirty Truth at MRX_U812. Military tribunals of U.S. citizens have come up in another hearing. It really sounds like Killbox at Sen Feinstein are starting to get worried. Let's take a listen to this. Check this out, guys.
Okay, let me ask you another one. Do you believe that trial by military commission is appropriate for U.S. citizens accused of terrorism in the United States?
I don't know that I ever specifically
why would she be worried about
opined
that?
on that question.
I don't know whether you did or not. I'm asking you the question.
I don't think it would be appropriate for me to answer that kind of hypothetical. That's something that could come before the courts.
Well, I'm not sure that's
Awkward.
a valid reason that a trial by a military commission for a U.S. citizen accused of terrorism could be held by a military commission as opposed to a court. So you're saying you don't have an opinion on that subject?
No, I'm saying that, that kind of a claim that a military commission would be inappropriate is something that someone who was contesting that procedure would then file in a court, and I don't think it would be appropriate for me as a nominee to a court to opine on that open question.
Let me move on.
What do you think about that? Do you think she's a little afraid? Is she scared?
No.
No?
No, she seems calm as a cucumber.
She does, doesn't she? Not worried at all. Not worried at all.
She seems scared out of her skin.
All right, and here is that link, guys, if you guys want to check that out. So then we move on. I just had to play that for you guys, man. That was I laughed so hard when I saw that. Are we worried? Okay, so 3047. This is the latest Q. In fact, let me just go ahead and refresh just to make sure. Yep, this is the latest Q. Came out today at 12:20 p.m. Just before we came on here. It goes to Donald Trump's status. Let's just read this, and let's just remember just the Q post that we just went over. The just revealed FBI agent Lisa Page transcripts make the Obama Justice Department look exactly like it was. A broken and corrupt machine. Hopefully, justice will finally be served. Much more to come. Q. I mean, no, Donald Trump. Wow, Q plus. That's an amazing. Isn't that an amazing tweet? I mean, didn't Q just tell us it's coming soon and don't Q proof.
It's so amazing.
So it's not just, in my opinion, it's not just, Q saying stuff. I mean, we are actually seeing our president do this stuff as well, guys. You understand? So that's my opinion. So 3047 goes to say, trolling is fun. Panic is good. Panic increases the rat population. Page Shill Brothers, the majority of the time at the top of POTUS Twitter feed. How is that mathematically possible, given the volume? Coordination between Shills and Twitter? At Jack. He or she who laughs last. Nobody is safe. Q. I find it very interesting that he said he or she who laughs last while talking to Jack. So
I found that interesting too, as well as the statement, panic increases the rat population. I love that.
It does. And I don't see these guys, but when I'm not logged in, I do see these guys. Let me just go to my my thread here. This is my post for Wednesday. This is it right here. That's the banner I chose today. And let me go down to, because when I logged out, I could see these guys, right? According to the GOP rep, LOL. Broken and corrupt. You literally forced your AG after he tried to recuse himself. That's corrupt and broken. Just more of the GOP and Trump deflecting to the opposition and try to gaslight America once again. The Krasstein brothers. And that's who Donald Trump was actually referring to. But I want to point you to this. Why do you think they're mad, Shady? Why do you think they would be mad at President Trump? Because The feds seized a fortune from resistance icons accused of boosting online Ponzi schemes. Could that be it?
Or maybe it's we keep taking all of their huge shipments of illicit drugs from their CIA runners.
Right? But in 2016, federal agents showed up at the Fort Myers, Florida homes of the brothers, Brian and Ed Krasenstein, seizing computers and financial records and having off at least 20 to 30 bundles of stuff, quote unquote. According to the feds, the brothers also, until recently, ran a website that propped up fraudulent online financial scams. Law enforcement officials last year seized nearly $500,000 from the brothers. Money the prosecutors say was derived from wire fraud. And these guys are making fun of our president? I mean, wake up, America.
I mean, they're not making fun of him, Matrixxx. I could actually handle if they were making fun of him, or if there was some point being made that made some sense or was relevant. But it is like they are being sent the message to type.
Yeah,
it's insane. And then they're working right there with Twitter, making sure that these bozos are pinned up underneath the president's tweet with everything he says. But it's not that horrible, because I think it really emboldens people who are maybe in the middle. They say, oh, Trump is doing some great stuff, but I don't understand what's really going on. And they see these idiots posting under him, like, well, that doesn't make any sense. And so the more you think for yourself, the better we are. And I think that this is a good lead in to show you why we're all being trained and retaught to think for ourselves, and to identify people, identify sources, and compile them, be able to discern for yourself what it is that's relevant and what isn't, and move on from there with your information.
Right, absolutely. I mean, that's very good. And these guys, yeah, so they're protecting their handlers, right? If Trump gets his way, they lose everything. They thought she would never lose.
Yeah, and then so did all the people that got arrested yesterday.
Right.
All this stuff that's going on in the colleges, and this huge scam that's going on in athletics. That this is the very, very tippy top of the iceberg here. We're not even, we're not even anywhere close to the iceberg / water surface.
Right, absolutely. And here we go, Shady. We're gonna take them out with this. We'll come right back. This is Abby Cook. Where we go one, we go all. Great Awakening.
The hidden story, the master plan. We are all human, we have a voice. We are blessed and burdened with a choice. Choice. Don't you forget, with open arms we are waiting. Don't you forget, with open arms, 'cause where we go on, we go on. When one rises up, we all stand tall. We go on, we go on. Together we're unstoppable. You might have noticed the changing tides. We stand for freedom, for the waking minds. We are all human, we have a voice. We are blessed and burdened with a choice. With a choice. Don't you forget, with open arms we are waiting. Don't you forget, with open arms, where we go on.
Together, we are unstoppable. United, not divided. Abby Cook, thank you very much for that wonderful song for our movement. Shady, I just wanted to throw it to you. I do see that Trinity actually is letting us know that the sealed and unsealed indictments are coming. She's got the Donald Trump treason thing up there too, so she's telling us something. She's got the phone though. She wants to get us out of the Matrix. What do you have, Shady? Final thoughts for today's show. It's been an amazing show. Thank you to Russell Peden, or Q3017. I'd like to refer him as to. What a wonderful gentleman. Shady, to you.
What a wonderful, wonderful, great Patriot. Thanks, Russell, for coming over and joining us. I really hope to be doing a lot more with you in the future. I think that this is an incredible moment in time. Everyone, take a moment every day and appreciate it. Realize that we are all together in this, and no matter what anyone else says, no one's going to stop you. No one's going to stop this president. We are winning, and we are over the target. Get out your popcorn. Brackets are coming. Keep an eye on the. Keep an eye out there. Love you, Patriots, and catch you tomorrow.
That's right. Love you guys, too. And real quick, too, before I go, I did want to let you know this, too. We do have some new designs up there. We've got Dig Meme Pray. We've got that the Q shirts up there. We've got another new one as well. This one right here, intheMatrixxx.com version. If you guys like it, if you want to support us, at least you can get something for it. There's the back. There's the front, because you guys are the QArmy. Get one today. I'll drop the link in there because it does help us pay for this website on the monthly basis and keep bringing you guys the content and growing the QArmy social network. Get onto the QArmy social network as well. We're here for you just in case Facebook goes down. I think
that'll never happen.
No, I think it's happening right now. keep Facebook down. So there is Trinity, Shady, and much love to every single one of you guys out there. We will be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that, we got to get out of this matrix. We got to go red pill some people. Let's get our family, our friends, plant the seeds. If you can't do it today, just be patient. Be patient and put on the armor. Put on the armor of God, guys, because this is a battle and we are in it, and we are in it to win it. Thank you, guys. Much love. Peace out. intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com. At Shady Grooove with 3 O's. At intheMatrixxx with 3x's on Twitter. Peace out, Patriots.